Top of the morning, assalamu alaikum. Comrade salute. Revolutionary salute. Royal salute. Royal love. Revolutionary love. Noble love. Peace. Alright, this is the Underlock and Key Show. And my name is Malik Alim, which means the knowledgeable king. And I am the chairman of the Noble Yolons Party. The Underlock and Key Show is produced by the Maoist International Ministry of Prisons. They're the ones who produce the newspaper. And Noble Yolons Party is the one who presents the newspaper. Alright, to the public via my live streams and videos. Alright, so this one right here is called Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter in prison. It says, I am sincere and stand by when we say Black Lives Matter. He says, I am sincere and stand by when we say Black Lives Matter. But I think we should say and believe that all life matters. I am in a political race-driven prison, just like in California and Texas. We say brown pride, white pride, black pride, then white power and black power. We should take all race out of it and be power to the people. I am 50% Mexican and 50% white, and the juvenile DOC. It was mostly black and Mexican. My last name is white sounding, so I got jumped every day for years with a couple of the other white kids. If we are to fight hurt, pain, and suffering of being oppressed and rejected, but it's hard when we are surrounded by so much hate. I only know my dad on that side of the family, the Mexican side, hates me and disowns me because my mom and dad was never supposed to happen. We only admit there's a problem when it surfaces. Got sprayed by the cops a couple of months ago for no reason. Filed my grievance, but don't have no help, nor know how to take further actions. It sucks that it takes people to die to get action. If each one of us did what was right, it would be all good, but you can't change the people that want to look good at everyone else. No, but you can't change the people that want to look at everyone else instead of being a solution. I will be the solution whether anyone is watching because all life matters. Okay. So now this is the response. Maoist International Ministry responds back and says, since the uprisings in response to the murder of George Floyd by Minneapolis police, we have received many letters echoing the slogan, all lives matters, like this comrade. They are not doing so in opposition to Black Lives Matter, but in solidarity based on similar experience. We want to commend this comrade for standing with all oppressed people and with Black Lives Matter as a movement, despite their experience being jumped by new African youths while in juvenile. It speaks to the unity of the oppressed that they could see past the experience and not paint a whole group as their enemy, but those who have lived much more privileged lives are quick to paint whole groups based on something they saw on TV. In today's globalized culture, it is sometimes hard to have conversations that are invited to one audience, and as a result, other audiences are often offended. In case any of our readers are unaware, the phrase all lives matter became popular among cops and white nationalists as a rejection of Black Lives Matter. The implication is that Black Lives Matter somehow means Black Lives Matter more than others, when on the contrary, the slogan was developed by new Africans who just wanted the lives to be given the same respect and value as others, specifically as Euro-Americans. The less forgiving implication is that people who say all lives matter just want to keep Black lives in a position of less value. In contrast to this mainstream narrative, every letter that we've got so far from prisoners who are white or raza stating all lives matter seems to be coming from a genuine place of respect for all lives. But you all should know what the implication of the saying can be. We agree with this comrade that race should not be brought into politics, as race is a basis concept. So why do we talk about whites and new Africans and indigenous and all these other groups of people so much in our writings? Well, we are talking about nation, a group of people with a common culture, language, territory, and economy. While integration is greater than previous points in this country's history, there are still independent new African, Chicano, and countless First Nations within this prison house of nations that is called the United States. And until these nations are liberated from imperialism from the United States, there cannot be justice here. What about Euro Americans? In prison, Euro Americans would generally experience life as an oppressed person. Certainly, there are hierarchies and there are white supremacist groups that work with the pigs, etc. But most of our white readers are feeling more oppression than your average person walking down the street in the United States. That is why we see Uniting the Imprisoned lumping on a class basis as an important project that is primary within the prison movement, while recognizing the national contradictions as primary in this country overall. To highlight this class unity, we prefer the slogan, "Prisoner Lives Matter." Prisoner Lives Matter, to demonstrate what all of our comrades are facing in the American gulags, where you can be murdered for nothing like George Floyd was. All right. So now let's see, they have another piece. It says, all right, this one is called Black August, Peace and Education to Combat Behavior Modification. Abolitionists from within, right, submitted a series of essays leading up to the Black August and hosted their annual poker tournament that is part of their effort to build a united front for peace in prisons. Below are some of the thoughts they sent us, followed by their report on September 9th. And as you know, September 9th is the commemoration of the Attica riot. Wake up, comrades. Evelyn Williams reminds us that all African American prisoners are political prisoners, whether or not they label themselves as such, because of the circumstances that got them into prison, as well as the harshness of sentencing applied to them. Political prisoners who became politicized inside prisons walls and who oriented their lives around the struggle for social justice and national liberation include Malcolm X, which should and known as Malik El-Haj Shabazz, also known as Malcolm X, George Jackson, and the Attica Warriors. Many other comrades of yesterday and today's struggle will be and are encompassed in the term as political prisoners. So to all comrades behind enemy lines, we are at war and have been, and we must understand the enemy's tactics. Prisons have become the battleground in the war of attrition designed to reduce prisoners to a state of submission, psychological incompetence, sufficient to neutralize us as self-directing antagonists by making us desperate enough to destroy ourselves for material gains. So let us not be fooled any longer through our own self-destructive behaviors. You are the target, black man. Tactics of counterinsurgencies and low-intensity warfare against us, assassinated, torture, frame-ups, imprisonment, control, and alter the behavior of people resisting oppression. And as you know, prison officials will use drugs as a method of control. So yes, the black and brown man is a target by the government and prison industrial complex. Damn, comrades, y'all giving up? These conditions we living in is temporary. Don't make it permanent. I see your violent outbursts, passing out, seizures, suicide attempts, and serious mental breakdowns. Comrade, them symptoms of that synthetic shit, homies lose touch with reality and lash out at the one who's really trying to help them. One of the comrades passed out standing up. This shit is real, bro. That shit hurts me deep because you can tell a lot about a person for the company they keep. Comrade, you can't say you with the business and your actions don't match. These young warriors not going to respect those acts on the yard. I hate to see you making jokes like this shit in a game, like this shit is a game, perpetrating the fight that the prison administration encourages. However, this Black August and Bloody September we're going to continue to organize and apply the United Front for Peace in Prisons 5 principles. So the abolitionists from within will be putting on a poker tournament here with all ethnic groups with one goal: peace and awareness of the prison struggles on these yards and who is the real enemy. The struggle continues. And it says, the response, September 9th, 2020, Black August passed, still pushing. AFW is still building to continue the good fight on September 9th, Day of Peace and Solidarity with all our freedom fighters and conscious comrades, and to commemorate all of the faceless comrades, and to never forget about the Attica Uprising and our beloved brothers, George Jackson. That's the one who also founded the Black Guerrilla family within the prison system. All right. I've been working out with our comrades, reading, sharing books, etc. Yes, and that's co-founder of the Black Panther Party as well. And he also changed it to call the Black Panther Party the Revolutionary Intercommunal Black Panther Party. Intercommunal. I've been working out with our comrades, reading, sharing books, etc. Just building during this COVID-19 the best we can in solidarity with all comrades here struggling behind enemy lines. Today, September 9th, I'll fast and hit the right yard and hit the night yard workout again and count my blessings. I stress with our comrades to understand who the real enemy is and to learn the enemy tactics of oppression that keeps us suppressed. We have to continue to push, pull, and strive for unity and the camaraderie among the brothers and all ethnic groups, and continue to put an end to all hostilities among our brothers with peace on our tongue during these days of imprisonment, dealing the belly of the beast. The struggle must go on. Peace. All right. With that said, comrade salute, revolutionary salute. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto all. Paz para vosotros. One Lord, one people. Stay noble. Peace. Power to the people. Prisoner lives matter.